Hi, people. This is really awkward. I'm sorry, I haven't done a video in a long time, so I'm just trying to get used to doing it again. But anywho, um, yeah. Hi, people from on YouTube. I'm back again, and I'm doing Walking Dead reviews and shit. Cause I figured, or I'm not gonna be doing Glee videos anymore. Why not do Walking Dead, my new obsession? And with me here is my friend Brenden, who's also a walker. I'm calling them walkers.
We're calling them walkers now?
Yeah.
Is that what the fandom calls them? Okay.
I guess I don't know what the fandom calls walker.
I don't know.
Walking
I
Dead
don't know.
fans.
I don't know. Bernies have the herd. You're Bernie. You're part of the herd. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the Walking Dead equivalent to that. I didn't.
I assume it's walker, cause that just makes sense.
Mm.
Speaking of walkers, I actually have to put that on the list. The things we need to talk about, cause I just realized that there are less walkers as the season started.
Anyway, so yeah,
Anywho.
I'm a Walking Dead fan too. Haven't been there since the beginning, but I've been there longer than this chick.
Yes, I really started watching it. The first season that aired was season 6 that I watched. Everything else I caught on Netflix.
She hasn't been through the pain that the rest of us have for waiting for seasons.
But I will.
You'll know it now. Now you will know it.
I don't know.
Now
I mean, I couldn't even handle the little tiny little break that we had.
Now this world shall know pain. Now you will know.
Oh god, I'll be okay because I had to do the same thing with Glee.
Suffer.
No. Anywho, but yes, so we're doing a review of the recent episode that just aired on Sunday, which was season 6, episode 11, Knots Unite.
I still think that title's weird. Still weird.
It's a weird title.
I don't know.
It just the way I wrote it, it just looks weird.
Even without Knots Unite, it still sounds. You sure? Like, part of me thought you meant to write it as Knots Untie, but I'm like, oh nope, it's Unite.
Yeah, it's Unite.
Why?
I just assumed it was because the Alexandrians and the Hilltop community were like going to be trading together, so they're going to be like come together like as a knot or some shit like that.
All right, so basic summary.
Basic summary.
Basic summary. Not not that much happened this episode. There was like tiny things that if you know about the comics they like threw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus Jesus is obviously awake and well after getting knocked unconscious the episode before.
That was funny.
Michonne and Rick are recovering from their late night romantic.
Yeah.
Their little thing. So now people are squatting up, going over to the hilltop community where Jesus and his people are trying to discuss things. Maggie met this new dude named Gregory who he's already a creepy asshole.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna get to him.
He's already a creepy asshole. Like, what's up? Other than Herschel, what's up with old people in this? Herschel, other than Herschel and Dale, what's up with creepy old people in this show being assholes? I don't know.
Isn't that a thing in everything?
This is at least one. Every TV show usually has one.
Yeah, because there's always at least this one.
There's They met Jesus Hilltop community. Abraham and his love triangle going on. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah.
But other than that, not much really happened this episode.
No, it was more like I wouldn't say filler because they're like setting things up for like the rest of the season, but it was slow. It was definitely slow.
It was an introduction episode to this hilltop community, Jesus and his people. Plus, we're getting more introduced to Negan, the big name for this half of the season, Negan.
We will actually talk about him because there are a few things that in predictions that I just know is going to happen. You obviously know because you read the comics.
Comic book nerds for the win.
So, first thing on the list we talk about was Sasha, Abraham, and Rosito.
That
triangle.
That love triangle. If we can even call it whatever the hell is going on with that. First off, Abraham, you got some hard decisions ahead of you, bro.
Really?
That's just like, it's like Rosita, Sasha. Either way, you're getting some good.
Dende.
Dende. We're going there. You had to bring Dende into this?
Yes. It just came to my mind. Dende.
No, yeah. Okay, getting this out of the way right away. On a sexual standpoint, yes, both Sasha and Rosita are beautiful women. Put in the comments below which team you're on. Hashtag Team
Exactly.
Sasha. Hashtag Team Rosita.
Yeah.
Whichever one you're going for.
Yeah. You do that.
Mm,
I think that I ship Abraham and Sasha because I see they have an emotional connection. I don't see emotional connection with Rosita and Abraham. I just see it's all sexual.
well, time for conflict.
Yeah.
I'm doing this solely for conflict reasons. Um, Abraham and Rosita. Abraham and Rosita, we saw them together from the beginning. When we first
Yeah.
met Abraham, he was with Rosita. We've seen them talk. It's obvious they know a little bit more about each other than everyone else does. If
Mm.
it was just sexual, realistically, they'd probably be fucking a lot more.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that. And she did make him a necklace.
She just clearly there's Sasha.
I can agree that came out of nowhere.
It's a,
I mean, I saw. Remember when she was fight? They were all leading the walkers into that pit, and she was going fucking crazy. And
well,
she
yeah.
accidentally slashed his arm, and he looked at her like, okay.
They teamed up and talked to each other a lot, but I don't think that's one of those things where I don't think that's enough foundation for a relationship. But Walking Dead, realistically, we're not there for the.
Exactly.
We're there for the development of characters, and if romance happens to be a faction of that,
I mean, I love it because I love when people who I love want to pair together a TV show because that's just I love that.
look, we've already talked about a slightly unrealistic pairing due to, but we'll focus on that later.
Mhm.
But as for Abraham, Sasha, and Rosita, because Rosita is more of a lesser character, I feel like they're gonna give her the shaft in some way.
I mean, she could be with Spencer after all of this.
Like either a they're gonna bring it up, and everyone's gonna stop caring, or someone's gonna die, forcing Abraham into somebody else's arms. That's what I feel like they're gonna do.
I feel like you did you not realize that they're doing a lot of character development with Abraham?
They are.
And I feel like that'll be, but I feel like Abraham is the one. Either that or Gwen.
Look, we've talked about it. We'll talk more specifically on our end of it because everyone who watches Walking Dead knows that by the end of the season, there's at least one major
Major death.
death. By the end of every season, there's at least one or two people that are important that die.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, if we're talking major deaths here, me personally, there are three people that I think could go on the chopping block. That's just me. We'll focus on that later.
Yeah. So pretty much all in all with the whole Sasha Abraham and Rosie thing, I liked how it's building up, and I could see it. I could see Abraham with Sasha. I could see Rosita getting upset about it, but she won't be that pissed. I guess
Right.
she'll be okay because Rosita can handle herself.
Then there's me, who the peacekeeper in me is saying, okay, either stay with Sasha or stay with Rosita, or be 100% honest with
Yeah.
one of them. Tell them what's going on, and then work from there. But then the slightly violent part of me wants to see Rosita get pissed and actually try and fight Sasha.
That'd be awesome fight.
Because they fight between Sasha and Rosita. I'm not gonna lie, for some reason that just appeals to me.
Oh, and also when Abraham was being strangled, he was being strangled, and he seemed like he was like reflecting on
He
life.
was.
Like he was like flashing back. I think he might have saw Sasha's face.
He did see Sasha's face. He saw Sasha's face. He was reflecting because at that moment he thought he was gonna die. He thought it was gonna be over, and he started just flashing in his head. He's honestly, it's gotten to a point where Abraham is considering having more than just sex. It's like sex is good and all, but maybe I want a family, and maybe I want a kid.
Yeah, this is. I know his family before,
No,
and
I'm laughing because Glenn Master of Pancakes.
bruh, that whole biscuit
when you
pancake thing. I'm
poured
like, what the fuck?
when you poured the biscuit, were you planning on making pancakes? I was like, yo. Abraham, you started
This is why I love Abraham.
all of the internet memes. I don't think you realize what you
And I will
started.
miss Abraham if he does die because we won't get those liners from him.
Yeah,
Those
we'll just
funny.
get them from everyone else.
You're right.
Sitting here acting like we're not gonna get redneck one-liners from Rick or Daryl. Carl's getting older, so he's gonna start making them too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking, all right, so we want to move on to now Maggie and Glenn.
Baby,
Baby, baby,
baby,
baby.
baby.
Do you think it's a good idea for them to be bringing a child into this world?
See, realistically, okay, putting comic book and Walking Dead knowledge aside, realistically, no, no. You were in a zombie apocalypse. Why are you having children?
Yeah, that's
Having sex is one thing. I can get that. Having sex is something I could just okay. If you're in a safe situation, that's fine. And I mean an actually safe situation. For those who have played Telltale Season 2, that is example of a not safe situation to have sex. Don't do that. Don't be Luke. Don't ever be Luke. You'll learn that later if I explain it to you.
Yes.
But no. Realistically, this is never a situation to be having a child. This is a situation to be having a family. It's just no.
And when I hear people, when I was watching recapping and shows like that, I heard people saying that yes, it was a bad idea for them to have a baby, but they also brought up Lori. The difference between Maggie and Lori is that yes, Lori was they had Carol who was practicing delivering a baby, but at the situation they were in, she, she was they were in the worst possible situation when the baby came. The worst possible situation. The worst being loaded with walkers, freaking alarm was going off, and I think that's what triggered her. That just triggered what her water broke, and there's nothing they could do about it. But I feel with Maggie that she's in a safe environment with Alexandria. They have doctors there. Like she pretty much has a safe, and they have I think they have all for her to be prepared to have a baby. But still, they shouldn't bring a baby into
As
this world.
bringing Lori into this conversation doesn't make it any better. It doesn't. In all honesty, it just makes it worse. Because with Lori, yes, it was early on. However, in Lori's case, Lori's having this baby because she decided to fool around with two different men.
You're right.
That was the whole reason she was even pregnant in the first place. So when Rick showed up after being knocked out and just sees his knocked up wife, it's like, oh, okay, you're pregnant now. Is it mine? Couldn't have been mine. I was out. Is it mine? So
Wait, she was pregnant when he got out of that coma. I thought she was pregnant like really right after sex in that one episode.
that's the thing. It was very early. Whether it was Rick in the coma or Rick a few months after, it was fairly early. And it's still a zombie apocalypse. There is no good time to have a baby during a zombie apocalypse. Maggie's chances may be better because of the situation she's in. That doesn't make it okay. Keep these zombies away from my baby.
I mean, Judith made it this far.
Judith made it this far because Judith is an unrealistic baby.
She really is.
Judith is an unrealistic baby. Judith is the quietest baby. I'm carrying this baby around, hordes of the undead. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that this baby only chooses to cry when she's around people inside a secure place. That's horseshit. I'm not. No. Judith made it this far because Judith is practically a robot at this point.
Yeah, like yeah, she is.
Like I don't know what it is about Walking Dead babies and not crying. Judith doesn't cry.
Judith cries when the plot needs her to cry.
Pretty much. That's how these babies work. Judith doesn't cry like that. Alvin Jr. didn't cry like that. And Alvin Jr. was freshborn. Like he just came out of his mama and his mama turned.
Damn.
Alvin Jr. didn't cry at all. Very when the plot needed it. Alvin cried when the plot needed it.
Yeah.
But as for Maggie and Glenn, just is this a good time to have a baby? No, but here we are. The TV show is going off with comic book canon. They had a baby then.
Oh, I also want to talk about that too.
What?
Because I did realize that even though I don't read the comics, a lot of people are saying that they're like really following what's going on in the comics, and I wonder why they started doing that. Because in the beginning they were like doing their own thing because Andrea is dead, but she's still alive in the comics. and the whole Rick and Michonne thing that happened too. So I'm like, I'm just wondering what made them want to like go towards more of the comics.
See, the thing is, The Walking Dead, from the TV show standpoint, from what I've seen, The Walking Dead is basically doing what the Marvel Cinematic Universe does. They follow a story that still exists, but add enough new shit to it to the point where they can still call it their own mythos. They're following an already existing story, a predetermined path,
Mm-hmm.
but most of it is their own shit. Like the Rick and Michonne thing, keep in mind my knowledge of the comics is very scattered.
Mm-hmm.
So the Rick and Michonne thing, if it did happen in the comics, I don't know. Like I do know for a fact that Tyrese and Michonne were a thing in the comics, and
Mm-hmm.
that never happened in the show.
Yeah.
And that Morgan and Michonne were also a thing in the comics, and that's yet to happen in the show. So if at all, so we
I
don't.
don't think that's gonna happen
Based
like
on
at
how
all.
the show's doing it, it's probably not gonna happen. But it's like I don't. It's doing its own thing at this point, so I can't fully say.
Yeah, like I applaud for doing that, but I'm just saying that this season particularly, especially going on, they're doing more things
Oh yeah,
related to that.
they're doing more comic shit because they're finally getting out of. We're finally getting fully out of the loom of the governor, because the
Mm-hmm.
governor had been like looming over everyone's heads for a while now. Like
Yeah.
even his leftover, even after him being killed, his leftover remnants of just
Mm-hmm.
how much of an impact he left on them was still lingering. Now we're at a point where it's like, oh, okay, our heroes are away from that. Now we got to bring a new villain into this. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. Maggie and Glenn and comic stuff. If they're going by full on comic stuff, Maggie, good luck. Glenn, my Nick, you'll be okay.
Jesus
You'll be okay.
Christ.
So,
So, speaking of Michonne and everything, the next topic is Carl, Michonne, Rick. Just
segues.
them as in this whole episode. I love Carl. I love Carl. I love Carl. I love Chandler. I love both of them. They're amazing. I can't. And it's weird. It's weird.
She's one of those people that if she were younger, she'd be trying to get in Carl's pants.
Yes. If I was younger, but I'm not. So, but
It'll
he is
stop
a.
you from thinking about it. What?
I can't help it. I can't help that he's like getting older by the second.
Getting older, seeing new things. No, he's not.
Um, and I love how Carl was okay with Rick and Michonne because why wouldn't he be?
Carl
That's his
was
mom.
Carl was cool with Rick and Michonne because Carl was seeing this happening just like all of us at home were seeing this happening.
Exactly.
Carl was like, this build up, such character development. Let me sit and watch the show. Watch how this happens. I just might get a new mama who was already better than my old mama.
Really.
But this Rick Michonne thing, it's beautiful. I like it, and at the same time, I can't stand it.
I understand why you can't stand it because you don't like how they have to pair the lead male and the
Like
lead
they
female
don't
together.
have to. If it happened in the comics and I didn't know about it, okay. If they're following a predetermined path, and I can't do anything about that, okay. And even then, it's still kind of iffy to me
Hmm.
because it's like going based off of the show. Yeah, Rick and Michonne had bonded before. They bond a lot, but not to the point where I think they don't need to be together.
Hmm.
Like no one in the show needs to be paired up with somebody. That's why when Rick and Michonne happened, I'm like, like it's one of those. It's one of those. If you were talking to somebody about it on the playground, and you
Hmm.
just randomly said, "Oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen." Everyone's like, "That'll never happen." And there's that one kid that's like, "I want it to happen. It'll happen. It'll happen." And then you finally watch the episode and it happens. Everyone's like, "Why? Why?" It's just it doesn't.
That was with fucking Brittany and Sam and Glee.
That I'm leaving alone. That I'm leaving. Dumb blondes were paired together because dumb blondes are dumb blondes. But back to the Carl Rick and Michonne thing. Rick and Michonne, it's a cute pairing. main male with main female, okay, it's cute. I can see why people would like that. And at the same time, for me, it's just like they would have been just as strong and would have been able to learn just as much if they weren't together. Honestly, I feel like they would have learned more if they wanted to start being together, or like they went in for that kiss and then halfway through they stopped and were like, okay, this isn't right. We can't be doing this right now.
Mhm.
But
My thing is that yes, you obviously know I'm a huge Rochelle shipper since fucking day one. Well, since I saw that episode with them together. Um, but isn't I see where you're getting coming from. I really do. But and that would have been nice if they did pull away and be like, no, we can't do this because it would give them more development. But I feel like they will be fine. They will still develop as characters. They will still get stronger. They'll just be stronger with each other.
it's honestly looking at this and looking how both of them are. I feel like I honestly feel like this relationship isn't gonna last too long. Like I feel like they're gonna be together. Even leading into next season, they're gonna be together. But I don't feel like this relationship is going to last
Oh, I know it's
too
not.
long.
It's gonna last for a while, but it's at one point they will break up.
Like I
Something
feel
will
like
happen that'll make them break up.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where they'll get together, they'll be fine, but then fallout happens within the group, and then they have to break up because of it.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be Michonne that makes them split.
I can see that.
Like honestly, I feel like Michonne's gonna get to a point where she's like, okay, this relationship thing, it's making me a little weaker than I'm used to being. Let me
Mhm.
move away from this. Let me move away from this, because this is going to mess me up and pull me off my game.
But yeah, I can see that happening, and I'll be okay with that because yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine with that.
Like for now, I'm still iffy about it, but if it has to happen, it has to happen. We'll move on. I'll move on from it. If it ends, I just hope they end it properly and don't give us this Degrassi teen drama like they're all 12.
I hope they
Just
don't do that. I doubt they'll do that, but I just hope they
I
don't.
hope they don't do the misunderstanding BS.
Oh
I
shit.
hate when shows do that misunderstanding BS. Just no, stop. You're both grown adults. Handle it like adults.
Hmm.
So
Anywho, next would be Jesus.
the homie Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus, however you want to call him.
Jesus.
Whoever, whatever you want to call him. I call him Jesus because he looks like Jesus.
he, I call him Jesus because the character's name is Jesus, but just saying Jesus just sounds funnier. Not trying to offend anybody. If I did, I apologize. But it's just Jesus.
But I trust him. He's a good guy. But I get the feeling either he's gonna turn on the group for whatever reason, or he would do some badass shit and like become more perfect. Like Rick will trust him even more because of what he
Yeah,
has done.
I don't know about
I
based on
like him
the
a lot.
based on the type of character he is and based on what I've seen. Jesus most likely is a comic character. I'm assuming he's the character that was in the comics.
I heard he was.
I don't know much about Jesus, but from what I can see of Jesus' character that they're trying to show, I don't have a problem with Jesus.
I don't
I don't have
know.
a problem. I think Jesus is cool. I feel like Jesus becoming, because most of the time when these guys show up to new civilizations, they always end up falling. Like there's no time where they've had a new place and it doesn't fall. It's gonna happen. So I feel this hilltop civilization eventually falls, or if it does fall, this is going to become a main. I feel like he's going to join Rick and their crew.
Hell, I thought Alexandria was gonna fall during the mid season finale. I thought that after all the walkers were in, I thought they was gonna go to a new place. I was expecting them to like take out all the walkers. I just
That's
thought they were just going to
that
somewhere else.
that savage that we will focus on when we eventually
Yes, when
get
we
to
get
that
to that
episode.
episode.
When we eventually get to that episode. But for this one, I like Jesus. He's a peacekeeper. I'm cool with that. I think, honestly, I feel like Jesus is be a severe victim of circumstance. He's going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, affiliated with the wrong people, and then forced to do something that he really doesn't want to do.
Hmm.
That's all. That's all I'm seeing happening to Jesus. I think Jesus is gonna be fine. I think Jesus is gonna be around for a while. Honestly,
Yeah.
what he tried to do when everyone was fighting each other at the hilltop, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. When he just shut all of that down.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it actually seeing Jesus makes you see how much farther Rick has gone into away from his original peacekeeping ways. He still has them there, but they're nowhere near as strong as they were in like season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because now somebody actually has to stop him from killing somebody else.
Which is crazy.
When normally it's like, oh yeah, Rick was that peacekeeping leader. Bullshit tolerance has gone so much lower.
I mean, he had to deal with Shane. He had to deal with the governor. He had to deal with Lori. He had to deal with the wolves, the the cannibals, or that is what they called. Gareth and his crew.
Gareth and his crew.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot the name of the civilization that they were.
Terminus.
Terminus. That's
He had
what
to
it
deal with
was.
Terminus. He had to do all this shit. And he's fed up.
I got mixed up because when you play the Telltale Walk while you were getting into the Terminus, you start mixing up Terminus for Crawford, and I'm just like, they're virtually like the same place to do the same shit. But whatever. Terminus dudes, he's had to deal with fallout within his own ranks. Has had to deal with just so much shit.
So much shit.
As soon as he got to Alexandria, he had to
In a
deal with
matter
shit.
of 2 years.
A matter of only 2 years.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe that from the span of the show it took place in 2 years. I don't believe that. I understand that of course Carl get older, especially Carl because he's like, look at him. But
she wants to do. It's okay. She wants to do.
It's wrong. I shouldn't be having these feelings. Not feelings, but he's good looking. I'm sorry. He's becoming a handsome young man.
Ladies, it's okay. She also likes Daryl. She's hashtag Team Daryl also.
Yes, I do. And Jesus.
Oh, you're a Jesus fanboy now too.
Yes.
You're a Jesus fangirl now too.
Yes, those eyes. Those eyes.
So you're Team Daryl and Team Jesus.
Yes.
And then there's me, who's Team Michonne. Michonne is bae. Michonne is always bae. But then I'm also a firm believer of Team Maggie because Maggie's just gorgeous for no reason.
Really. But yeah, I'm just saying I don't believe that it's 2 years since all this shit happened. I just maybe if I could believe it if each episode was a different day, then I could believe that because it's a whole fucking year, like it's 2 years. But it's with the aging of these characters that's what fucks up my head.
The only thing that fucks up my head is Judith, and I know Judith looks that way because they're gonna eventually need to keep swapping out babies. But Judith, it looks like they have a bigger and different baby like every other episode. Like this model has so much more hair, just so much more hair. But anyway, final thoughts on Jesus.
I like him. I hope he sticks around. I know he's gonna be around for a while, and if he does go out, I want him to go out in blazing glory.
Jesus is gonna be here for a minute. Like even with my lack of knowledge of what this dude actually does, Jesus is gonna be here for a minute because Jesus is Jesus. Jesus is Jesus, and if Jesus, if he does die, he will die for the sins of others.
Yes.
Because he's Jesus.
Yep. Jesus.
He's going to die for their
sins. Praise Jesus.
He's going to die for their sins.
Like
Optimus Prime, but that's besides the point. Moving on.
The Hilltop community. I don't know if you felt this too, but when they were walking into the community, I got a Terminus vibe off of it, especially when I saw the woman cooking like meat on the.
Honestly, I got a complete opposite of that.
You didn't?
Terminus was very locked down, very aggressive, very strong. Here, they all just look terrified.
Yeah.
They all look terrified and sheltered. Like, as soon as Rick and their crew walked in with these guns, they were all like, damn, we're about to be in some shit again. Honestly, they have some form of history with Negan that has got them to the point where they're just crippled in fear. Like, they're like the ants from Bug's Life at this point. They're so scared of what these people are and what they can do, they're just not gonna try any crazy shit. Like honestly, I think Jesus and a select few people are the only ones that actually venture outside of this area. Everyone else is just like growing, raising shit just out of sheer fear
Mm-hmm.
of what's going to happen to them if they leave or attempt to leave.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like when I saw the woman like making meat and whatever, I just got terminus like in my head. Like, but I know they're nothing like
You
terminus.
think it's people? You think it's people? Are you afraid the meat is people?
I hope not.
Are you afraid they're gonna be like the Terminus people or the Saint John brothers?
I hope
It's
not.
to just eating
But
pussy.
I don't think they are. They remind me of like freaking like I know they have mobile homes and shit like that, and that big ass South slavery home, that big
Just big
ass
ass, just
slavery
big ass.
plantation home.
Surrounded by all they ever do is eat people till they rot and go around and eat some more. I'm just like,
This big
okay.
ass plantation house where Gregory, oh god, Gregory is a creepy motherfucker.
Gregor. Since there's not really much to talk about in terms of the Hilltop crew, because
Let's
we
just get
don't
to
really
Gregory.
know, we don't know a lot of them.
Yeah,
Let's go to
Gregory.
Gregory, this
This
creepy asshole.
this first of all, I knew something was off when he first spoke. He said he told them to like, get dressed, like take a shower. I'm like, fuck are you? Like, first of all, we ain't staying, and second, no, you don't tell me to like clean up.
Look, if you live in a world of zombies where you just getting sick is a detriment to this group, I'm gonna tell you to take a shower too.
But I know, but the way he said it,
Better go take a
it's like he
shower.
was like demanding them like go clean up.
Go take a shower. What? Go take a shower. You smell like ass. Go take a shower. Go take it.
I
Before you
yes,
get
they
me
all probably
and
smell
my
like
home.
ass.
Before you get me and my homies sick, cause you smell ripe as hell. Go take a shower.
See, I used to feel like he said it and the way he approached it, he just came off as a dick. Like, we don't talk to me like that. And the way he talked to Maggie, it's what Maggie was a real OG gangster. Maggie.
See the way he talked to Maggie in that episode was gross. That was disgusting.
That was gross. I felt so uncomfortable.
I know he probably didn't know that she was married, and even then, it's
Just like no.
no. Don't talk to people that way.
And he kept calling her Natalie. I'm like, first of all, my name is Maggie.
If you're gonna
Get it
sit,
right.
if you're gonna sit here and try and hit on me, at least get my name right.
Yeah, and I knew he was just doing it to fuck with her.
It was. I don't know what's gonna happen with Gregory later on. I can already smell the ripeness of bullshit on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It smells so rancid. If he had a prominent role in the comics, I don't know about it.
I don't know.
Gregory's creepy. He's very, very creepy, and I
Very.
don't.
He makes me uncomfortable. Just looking at him just makes me uncomfortable. And when he was like laying in the bed, I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
Just like really, you called me up here to have a meeting.
Really? Like you couldn't put a shirt on?
You're trying so hard. Just trying way too hard.
Like just stop. Like it's.
I need you to show.
Maggie was a real leader in this episode. I think that Maggie can be. She can be a leader of Alexandria.
Oh no, Maggie's very leader oriented. She has to be, because she was put in a situation where her father was old, her sister was young and naive, so she had to take the leadership role a lot.
And her mother was gone.
And her mother was gone, so she always had to take the leadership role at some point. And here she has to take it because Rick is at a point where it's like, I need to defend everybody, and I don't care who's gonna get in my way. I'll kill you if you try and hurt anybody that's close to me. So now somebody has to be some form of the reasonable person here. If it's not gonna be Rick, it's not gonna be Michonne.
Ain't gonna be Daryl.
So it has to be Maggie.
It has to be Maggie.
It has to be Maggie. So
I wouldn't say Glenn either because yes, Glenn he can be.
Glenn has lost his shit.
Yes.
Glenn as well as everyone else here has lost some form.
He almost died twice.
Glenn dodging death when we know what the fuck's gonna happen.
This is not the first time he'd ever dodged death. I'm saying in this season he dodged it twice.
Oh no, in this season he's dodged it twice in a row. So now with that being said, talking about Glenn and his dodging of death, this is predictions of what you think is going to happen.
Alright, so with the walkers, I think that the walkers are no longer a threat anymore. They were in the beginning, like in the beginning of the season, they were a major threat. But I feel like they're moving away from walkers and they're more focusing on Negan and what's going to happen with him and just the people aspect of it. And I want them. I find it interesting that they're doing that and that's great. But I also want them to keep the threat of walkers alive because they're still out there. And I feel like the threat of walkers have died down a bit since um the episode where they all like came in Alexandria. I just feel like they're not like the main threat anymore.
Walkers aren't going anywhere.
I know they're
The
not going anywhere.
the Walker. That's why I find it really interesting when I hear like newer Walking Dead fans talk about how bad walkers are, how interesting that we're meeting these people and these people. And I'm like, that's the that's an argument that I always hear with either new Walking Dead fans or people who aren't into Walking Dead as a whole. The main focus is never the zombies. The zombies are there. They're there to provide threats through plot.
Mm-hmm.
But the main focus is never the zombies themselves. The main focus is always these people and how they're dealing with surviving in this shattered and broken world that just so happens to have zombies in it. So, with the walkers, I already know the walkers aren't going anywhere. It's just as of right now, we're getting a breather because that was a lot of fucking walkers.
It
That was
was.
a lot of fucking walkers.
And the fact that I mean, Rick's group got out of their life. Obviously, we know who didn't come
we're
out
making
alive.
we're basically they're giving you a breather. There's still gonna be walkers there. They're still gonna be in situations where the walkers will show up as plot convenience. Honestly, I'm seeing walkers now. Early show walkers were always the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
But then as people are getting smarter and learning how to get around them, basically they're going to do what basically they're going to do what Telltale and the comics did and start turning walkers to threats that are there for plot and threats that are used as weapons. Like Michonne already did that early, but then there's the whole getting walkers and rubbing them on yourself. They're going to start using walkers as plot devices and weapons, as ways for heroes to get around shit or lose shit quickly. That's what they're going to do. We're going to have bigger villains, just bigger. It's just speaking of bigger villains, just because now that we're on predictions and villains and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Negan. For those who don't know, Negan is a big name in the comics in terms of people
I've been
lost.
hearing his name a lot.
In terms of law, I keep telling when we were getting to this season, I kept telling Autumn, "Yo, we're getting to that point. Maggie's gonna be pregnant. We're getting to that point. We're getting to meet Negan." She's like, I keep hearing Negan. Who the hell is Negan?"
Yeah.
Negan.
I was like that.
Negan is big comic face villain in terms of people getting hurt. And they're building this guy up so much to the point where if we get to him in the show and he's a disappointment, contrary to how he is in the comics, I'm going to be slightly sad. But we're building up to Negan, and now deaths, and now death prediction. Who do you think by the end of this season, because of Negan, is going to die?
Abraham or Glenn.
This is Abraham or Glenn.
Abraham or Glenn. Maybe Maggie. Maybe Maggie. I don't see Michonne dying. I don't see Carl. I don't see Rick. I don't see Daryl. Everyone kept saying it was Daryl. I'm like, okay, maybe I can understand why people kept saying it was Daryl. Because Norman Reedus is doing a lot of things right now, and he's not always going to be on the show. But why would AMC kill the person who is pretty much on everything when it comes to promotional and the marketing and everything for the show? Why would they kill a person who is pretty much probably one of the most popular characters in the show? Why would you risk that? So of course they're not going to kill Daryl off. Would it be interesting if they did? Yes. Would it keep me from watching the show? No. But I'm just saying they're not going to kill him off. It's either Abraham because of all the character development we're getting with Abraham, or Glenn because of what happened in the comics.
For me, I personally think it. I do also think it's going to be Glenn or Abraham, but for some reason, I also think that Daryl might be on the chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
Just because all of this shit, hearing all the shit I'm seeing, I'm like, could Daryl possibly die? And then the other day, my friend sent me this image that's been like burned into my brain now.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, could Daryl die? Like, is Daryl?
Actually, let me actually pull up that image because that image could mean so much. That image could be photoshopped. And I've seen that image. I've seen Daryl up against that tree. I've seen that image. It's just someone could have photoshopped that
But yeah,
clearly.
the guaranteed ones that I know for a fact are most likely to die are Abraham and especially Glenn. If you're a fan of the comics and you know that Negan's getting introduced, you know Maggie is pregnant, 9 times out of 10, Glenn is about to die.
I would really don't fucking see a crew, but that photo right there.
Glenn could possibly die. Not to mention, due to how he dies in the comics, he's gonna die, and he's gonna die bad.
I know.
He's gonna be brutal if Glenn.
Because he got that bat. Like,
we
who he
already
named? What's his name again of the bat? I know he names the bat.
I don't remember the bat's name. I don't remember the
Is
bat's
it
name.
Lucy? Some.
I don't remember the bat's name. What I do remember.
If y'all know, you could let us know in the comments.
I don't remember the bat's name, but what I do know is that Glenn dies, and Maggie and the child live on, trying to continue the legacy that was left behind by the father.
But I I know you said this fandom, like with this show, the creators say people die. Another way to do that, they get seeing Glenn just die. Glenn's not my favorite character, but me watching the seasons throughout on Netflix and catching up, I fell in love with Glenn. I thought he was Glenn. I think he's an amazing character. And just seeing him die like that, it's just
Everyone loves Glenn. Glenn, I feel like was the character that they needed to kill in the comics, TV show, or otherwise. I feel like Glenn was that character that they needed to kill just to remind you this is a world of hostility, and that no matter how much development we give a character, no matter how long they've been around, no one is safe.
mm-hmm.
No one is ever 100% safe.
And I appreciate this show for actually doing that. And yes, they gave us 2 near-death experiences for Glenn, which we'll get to that when we get to the other reviews. But I I can appreciate if they do end up killing Glenn, I won't be upset. I will be sad and I'll be crying, obviously, but I will appreciate that they did it. I will respect them for doing it, and because I'm pretty sure there are plenty of people who say, "Don't kill Glenn, don't kill Glenn, he's awesome." But for the show, it has to happen.
See, the sad part is that, and this is going into another episode entirely. I know we're not trying to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but the sad part is that because of the big Glenn scare of 2015, those who have been watching the show a lot know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the big Glenn scare of 2015, now when Glenn eventually does die, if they do decide to go with the comic book canon, now it's not going to have as much effect. It's going to suck. It's going to be sad. It's going to be brutal. But it's not going to have as much effect because everyone was already crying about this dude possibly getting ripped apart and being dead. Then we find out he's not. It's like, oh, okay. Then he gets swarmed by walkers at Alexandria when they're trying to fight. Oh, crap, this dude's about to die. Do. Sasha Abraham to the rescue. Oh, okay. And then maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe the show, the way they're writing it, they're trying to put you in this false sense of security. They're trying to get you to a point where you're like, this dude's already been almost dead so many times. This dude's not gonna crack. Oh my god.
I mean, Eric keeps saying that he's freaking. What was it? Long. Something Glenn. I can't remember what it's called. He always saying that Glenn's not gonna die. He always calls him like God's always on Glenn's side or some shit like that.
Like I feel like they're trying to lully us into a false sense of security to a point where it's just like, Glenn's fine. Glenn's not gonna crack. Oh shit, Glenn's dead. Fuck.
Yeah, really. Like,
we weren't ready for that.
We weren't ready for that at all. And I'm getting so nervous the more we get to this finale because they say it's literally like probably the biggest finale that Walking Dead has ever had, and it's just like, oh shit.
We're getting introduced to Negan. Realistically, how far are we into this season? This is now episode 11.
Yeah, it has 16. We have 5 more episodes left.
This is 5 more episodes left. These episodes are an hour long. They are going to be bringing us plots out the ass, Characters are going to be put in awkward situations. Honestly, they're putting so much focus on these main characters that honestly there are some characters that I wish got more screen time, but I know why they can't. Like Eugene and Tara, we haven't seen them do much.
We really haven't.
Since we set foot in Alexandria, we haven't seen them do much.
And Tara's in a relationship with Denise, and they don't really do much with that.
Tara and Denise have this friendship relationship thing.
I don't know what it is. It's just
going on.
They kissed, which was awesome. Which was great for Tara. It was great for Denise. But they didn't do much build up.
Have anything to work off of that. Well, that was because Denise just got snatched by a wolf right after that.
You're right.
So, and now he's gone. So, and then Eugene, ever since the big reveal that he was lying his ass off, we haven't seen Eugene do much. He was there for Glenn after the whole Noah thing, but we don't see him do much.
Yeah.
And shit, even Gabriel. This dude blatantly lied to a whole civilization that this crew that he's running with are devils and that you shouldn't. And no one has addressed that.
I don't even know if they even know.
No.
I think the only person who knows is Maggie and Sasha.
Yeah, I don't even think everyone even knows. Like, everyone's just meandering around. Oh, let's trust this dude who basically tried to get us killed.
I mean, I guess Rick doesn't know because he gave Judas to him.
like just we're just gonna not address this. We're gonna act like this didn't happen. Like, honestly, I feel like Gabriel is one of the people who might die.
If he does, I would be sad because he kind of redeemed himself. But I would just be like, it wouldn't affect me because
I feel like Gabriel might die just because he's finally gotten to some form of he's gonna start getting eaten and he's gonna be like, oh God, come cleanse me of my sins, da 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 da. And I'm just like, dude, you're getting.
Really? I'm sorry if I saw that. I just might burst out laughing.
You're getting eaten. Please have. So focused on Negan, but all in all, this season. We had to get introduced to Negan now. This season so far as a whole is pretty cool. This episode as a whole, not much really happened. Mm-hmm. It's more so foundation, building blocks, showing us of what's coming up. We're gonna get introduced to Negan. We're gonna be in some shit. We're gonna get hurt. Glenn. That's the big thing on everyone's minds right now. Is Glenn gonna live through this season? And honestly, I don't feel like he is.
I don't think he is either. And I really don't want him to go. Like, I really don't want him to go. Like, I love the actor too. Like, he's fucking awesome. He's funny. He's talented. But
it sucks. But because of the characters they're introducing and where the plot is going, I feel like this season is going to be the end of the road for Glenn.
And I feel like how Negan will show up in the show. I feel like they're going to introduce him in the season finale. He's just going to show up. He's just going to be there. And he's probably going to walk up with his bat like this, like a badass. And we're just going to see him. And they'll just cut the black. Be like, oh shit!
It's just one of those things where they're going to build up this character. Basically, I hope they don't do what Avatar: The Last Airbender did. Have us build up to this big, powerful villain, and then when we finally get him, he doesn't do shit. Just. For those who watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, because
Cough, cough, Phoenix King, disappointment, cough. But
I wasn't disappointed in that episode. I thought that whole 4-part episode, which was pretty much a fucking movie.
No, the 4-parter was cool. The villainous surrounded wasn't. Didn't care about Ozai. I didn't care about Ozai.
He was a pussy.
But that's another.
Pussy mode happened when Aang went to the Avatar state. But then again, I don't blame him because fuck that.
But that's another conversation for
another day. This is
possible vlogs that we could do later.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
If that becomes a thing. But as of right now, question that I've been thinking about for the entirety of this vlog that we've been doing that I want you guys to answer in the comments. Do you believe that people in The Walking Dead are invincible? And when I say, do you believe that there are characters in The Walking Dead that cannot die? That are completely immune to death? like for example, if like say next episode all of a sudden Rick just dies, would you see that coming? Would you believe that there are characters that can and can't die? Me personally, I feel like Rick, Carl, and Judith are the only ones that are immune 100% to death.
Pretty much. I mean, Rick's the main character of the show. Why would you kill off your main character? And Carl could it could be it. No, he's turning. I feel like he's turning into the future Rick. Same with Judith. But Judith is just
You mean Arl?
Arl.
Arl, because he can't see.
They won't leave it alone. Like caught his eye. That was 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago, and people still won't stop with the fucking memes and the jokes. It's not
my fault that he looks like mini governor now. I can't.
But he's not the governor.
He's not in terms of personality. Like I mean, I'm sorry.
He doesn't even have the eye patch yet. It's just the little balls and the wrapper.
Look, I'm sorry. We'll get him glasses.
I don't want him that. I want him with the eye patch.
I'm sorry, a monocle.
I want him with the eye patch. When are they gonna give him any eye patch?
Well, here, we'll make him feel better.
Bruh.
We'll make him feel better.
Bruh.
Now he's not the only one. Now he's not. The people with eye patches are cool. Like Nick Fury's okay.
Yeah, Nick Fury's awesome.
Nick Fury's okay. Some pirates are cool.
Captain Hook is cool.
How would a seeing eye test go for Carl?
Well, his vision, like he can
like cover one of your eyes. Carl won't have to. Just E, I.
I'm like he like oh
L.
Right. Sorry, Carl.
A, R, L. Why'd you put those letters together? Because you can't see, Coral. Coral, you can't see. Anyway.
Anywho, how long is this video? 52 minutes. If you want today, we could probably get out the way those two episodes if you want to do them today. If you want.
I say we save it. Just collect our thoughts.
Okay.
Just collect our thoughts. Give each episode the separate time that it deserves, instead of cluster fucking them all into one video.
Yeah, that means I'm not trying to have this video be too long. Hopefully it'll go on YouTube. If it's not, then it's Facebook and shit. Anywho, well, that was our review. Well, recap review, whatever you want to call it, of Not Unite. And Brenden, where can the people find you if you want to give out your?
If they really want to, if for whatever odd reason, they want to find a husky black man talking about working hard, they can find me on Facebook, Cat Brenden, or Brendan Morgan, 2 separate Facebooks, or they can find me on YouTube, Excailburst. It's not much.
And I will put the descriptions of that on my YouTube channel. And if you want to ask me questions or anything like that, you can find me on Facebook as Autumn Alexander, or you can find me on Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter as Autumn Gleek. So
she still hasn't changed that.
I still haven't changed it. I need to because Glee's gone. It's over. That's why I'm not doing Glee videos anymore.
If you're looking for me on Twitter, I'm Angelic Lieutenant, aka Pitt from Kid Icarus, if you know about that. And that being said, thanks for
joining us.
Thanks for watching. It was fun. It was fun.
Yes, it was very fun.
It's fun. Remember, help our homie Carl. Our homie Arl.
Bruh.
Our homie Arl. He can't see, Autumn. He can't see. Oral can't see.
I love how that was a sad ass moment and people took it and made it what it is today. Now when I see that scene, I can't even take it seriously anymore. I just start dying laughing.
It's not. I can't.
It's like damn it, internet.
Coral.
Why?
Coral.
Okay, before we dread this anymore, we'll see you guys next week for the next episode, and peace.
Laters.